Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to another episode of Barbershop Talk Radio. I'm your host, Young Slim.
And I'm Kim.
Today is, what's it, 26th?
26th, yeah.
August 26th, 2000.
This year's almost over.
Wednesday.
It's about to be September already.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost to the jingle bells, jingle bells.
Time to put up the Christmas decorations.
All the way.
But after Halloween, then it's time to break out the Christmas tree and put the decorations up outside already.
Yes, we're almost there. We are almost there to the end of this year.
It'll be here before you know it, shit.
And I'm saying for me, I'm going to kick 2020 if I'm, God bless me, to make it to 2021.
Who knows what this year's
I'm going to kick 2020 right up the fucking butthole.
Me too.
This has been the worst year ever.
Yeah, I agree.
The worst year ever.
I agree. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it can't get any worse, because it can definitely get worse.
Yeah, it can. Your nose could be gushing blood. Yeah, it could get worse.
It could definitely be a lot worse, but this goes down in the history of one of the worst year of my 37 years on this earth.
Can we say it's been like a year we've never seen before?
Oh,
yes.
Absolutely.
We've never seen a year like this.
Absolutely.
We've never seen we never lived through a pandemic like the plague and
the 100-year
shit like that.
Plague, or everyone's on quarantine and lockdown and
in the crib. In the crib. We never seen nothing like that. So as long as I've been alive, so.
No, me neither.
But you know what else is going on? The smoking, the shooting.
Lots of shootings, yeah.
Lots of police shootings. They have time to shoot Negroes. They've made time. So we got Negro shootings.
They actually have nothing else to do. But
no sports, Negro shootings, and unarmed shootings of Negroes. They're not armed, but the cops are armed and dangerous. At what point do we say that the cops are an epidemic?
They're an epidemic. Donald Trump is an epidemic.
When are we going to say this? When are we going to actually say, all right, the police are an epidemic? More people are dying from police violence than coronavirus.
Yeah.
More people are dying
that
from.
That probably is true now.
Unarmed black people are dying more. More of us are dying than what COVID is killing. I know that's probably not true.
I mean,
how many people have to die before they become an epidemic?
Yeah.
How many? I want to know. What do you say?
I think it already is. I mean, it's so bad that the NBA refused to play. The Milwaukee Bucks refused to play Game 5 of the NBA playoff series against the Orlando Magic in the aftermath of a police shooting that happened 40 miles from their home arena, leading the NBA to postpone the game scheduled for Wednesday. So, okay. I mean, it's so bad, even the NBA is refusing to play. We got to do something. This is getting ridiculous.
It's been ridiculous. Let's applaud the NBA and the Milwaukee Bucks.
We're trying to stand up. This is not working. Nothing's working. Donald Trump don't care. None of the mayors care. So, at least
somebody is shedding a light on the nonsense.
Somebody that actually is in the public eye and actually could possibly make a difference. Because
if the police are if they haven't killed enough of us to call them an epidemic, at least can we call them a plague?
They're definitely.
The police are a plague.
They're a gang.
All right, we already know they're a gang.
Yeah.
The most violent gang in the United States.
Absolutely.
The most violent gang in the United States. That's what the police are.
Yeah.
Can we at least call them that? If we can't call them an epidemic, can we call them a plague? Can we call them I don't even know what even to say.
See, I don't know. I mean,
they're just violent, unnecessarily violent.
This has been stuff that has been going on for a long time.
They've just been getting away with it.
Yeah, there's been police shootings. It just seems to be like this year it's really broadcasted everywhere for the world to see.
What's the worst?
I mean, they're protesting and have been protesting for, 4 months now due to the shootings, and they're still going on. Like,
the camera is the cops' worst nightmare.
And everybody has one now.
But you know what they have on their side besides?
The law.
No, the law is supposed to protect us.
It's supposed to protect us, but it protects them.
It protects them.
Yes.
It doesn't protect the victim of the shooting.
They're above the law.
It depends on who the victim of the shooting is.
The law doesn't apply to them. They're above the law. They'll come up with some bullshit reason why they were justified in doing whatever it is that they do. And the mayor and senator and the president will be like, they were right. They did their job.
They shot that drug-dealing bastard who was convicted 15 years ago. He's a bad person. There's no reason for Officer Smith not to shoot this nigger. He deserved it. He scratched his head when we approached him, so he got dealt with. Okay? When you don't listen to the police, you deserve to die.
His belt buckle was shiny. It looked like he had a gun.
I thought he had a gun, so I opened 7 shots into his back close range.
He wouldn't listen when I told him to stop.
So not listening to the police is a death sentence?
Well, it's been. That's what happened to Rayshard Brooks and George Floyd. And
so not listening to the police is you get shot.
That's what we were talking about the other day, which because it's like if God forbid, knock on wood, something was happening and somebody was hurt and bleeding in my backyard, I run out to the street covered in blood to get help from a cop. They're gonna shoot me. Maybe not me, but they would shoot you.
They would shoot me.
If you went running out the street covered in blood, like, hey, I need help, they would shoot you. They'd shoot first and ask
Please, motherfucker, what are you doing? Put your hands up. I need help. My friend is dying, bleeding in the backyard.
They'll shoot first.
No, put your hands up, motherfucker. You start running back to him like, help me. I don't have time for this. I'm going back to help my friend who's bleeding to death in the backyard. Yeah. I run to the backyard, and they open fire on me.
Yep.
They open fire on me. Because I'm trying to help somebody.
It's been dead.
Or that's just a for instance.
Yeah.
That's just hypothetically.
But it's so bad that the people you call to protect aren't even. We're afraid to call them.
I will not call the cops unless
absolutely had to.
I absolutely had to. And
if I got robbed or something like that.
I still wouldn't call them if I got robbed.
I mean, if all my shit in my house got stolen, I would call them.
I probably wouldn't call them then either.
You would, because you'd have to report it.
For what?
Because the fucker would say you stole your own shit.
Say I stole my own shit. Or say that shit wasn't mine.
No, but yeah.
Or say I don't live here.
You had stolen shit that somebody else stole from you.
Yeah, like, come on, man. I'm just, at this point, it's getting out of control, out of hand.
It's been out of control. I mean,
it has been out of control. You're right.
It's not getting any better.
It's not going to get any better. It's heading towards a civil.
It's almost like
disagreement. I'll say a civil disagreement between the police and the African.
I kind of feel bad
American
my
community
kids up in this world because I mean it's horrible. Like if this is what we're dealing with in 2020, imagine what our kids are going to have to deal with.
Nah, man. It's never been. It's been bad before, but this is just blatantly they don't give a fuck.
Right.
They don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying, and that's our generation. So you think it's going to get better?
So at this point, I'm thinking like, listen, let's go back to the Malcolm X days. An eye for an eye. You shoot me, I shoot one of yours. You shoot one of them. You shoot two of mine, I shoot two of yours.
Well, that's basically what's happening now in where was it, Wisconsin or whatever the case may be, where Jacob Blake was shot. Yeah, they're lighting shit up. They're blowing up cars. They're lighting shit on fire. They're burning down buildings. Like
good.
They're
let's applaud those protesters. Those peaceful protesters. That is. Oh, hold up. Let's add tone, and then we'll get into the protesters that were shot.
I saw that earlier.
What up, Tone? What's up, bro?
What's up, man? I'm here.
What say you about this? You tell me, bro. You tell me about what the nonsense about what's going on in this country as usual.
Missed the show the other day. So what's your input on this whole Jacob?
We haven't heard from you in a couple days, a couple weeks.
This Jacob Blake shooting. What's your how you feel about this whole nonsense?
The Jacob Blake shooting was awful, man. Just another awful killing. Hopefully this guy doesn't get away with it. Yeah, no killing. I'm sorry. Not killing, but was he paralyzed? Paralyzation.
Is he?
You know? That's what I heard.
I heard he's in critical condition, but
they said he's in stable. Last I heard he was in stable condition, so he's gonna live.
I mean, if he got shot in the back 7 times.
7 times at close range. With a Glock.
Yeah.
With a police Glock.
Right. That was pretty horrific, man. I mean, his kids is gonna need,
therapy,
counseling for the rest of their life, man. Like,
yeah, they were in the car and witnessed their dad getting shot.
What if how do you? Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, Tom.
How do you, I don't know, man. It's just awful, man. It's another awful killing. The police are going to try to cover it up and say something as far as, he was reaching for a weapon or whatever the case may be. They'll make something up, But,
the sad part is that, people are trying to justify it now. They're wish they should have killed him because he got raped a 14-year-old little girl. Whether he did or didn't, regardless of his past, he didn't deserve to get shot in the back.
Right. Nobody deserves that. Regardless of the situation, like you said, he doesn't deserve to get shot in front of his kids like that. I mean... No. And how the hell did they come up with some shit like that, man?
I know. Not like they physically caught him.
You go to a 911 call. You don't know all this shit, man.
Exactly. And if he had gotten accused of raping a 14-year-old girl before, don't you think he probably wouldn't be allowed around his own kids if that was the case? But all 3 of his kids were in the car, so I don't even know if that's really true. But unless they physically caught him, pinned down, raping a 14-year-old girl, the man didn't deserve to get shot like that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And hold on. Yeah.
They weren't even there for a rape call. It was like a domestic or something. The police
deserve to. I don't know. What town was it? Kenosha or some shit?
Kenosha was.
How the hell they don't have body cameras out there after all this shit going on?
They have no body cams in Kenosha, Wisconsin, allegedly.
So that's a racist town probably. They don't want you to see what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man. I don't know how this is going to get better. I'm with Jeff. Let's go back to the Malcolm X days. Eye for an eye. You know what I'm saying? Because we're getting killed for no apparent reason, and how do you justify that? Another killing, right? Or 2 wrongs don't make it right.
Exactly.
They say 2 wrongs don't make it right.
But if people start killing cops, maybe that'll be an eye opener.
Yeah, exactly. We're
gonna listen to the reenactment. We'll die.
They
kill him. In front of your kids.
Yeah, because if you read the story, they punched him in the face. They grabbed his shirt and shot him.
Come on, man. They're shooting black people at a fucking crazy rate.
And from what I understand,
why is this man in jail for attempted murder?
From what I understand, it was domestic between 2 women, and he rolled up, grabbed his kid, his son, put his son in the car, and tried to defuse the situation. When the cops got there, they automatically assumed it was him.
I've had that happen to me. I've had that exactly happen to me. Two people fighting, they came there and arrested me.
Yeah, like he put his kid in the car to get it away from it, tried to calm everything down, and then he fucking just attacked him.
We cannot have this continue to happen. We can't. Like, Tone, how?
Yeah,
how can you have someone getting shot at that range with no weapons and try to justify it?
Yeah, that don't make no sense, dog.
How can you do
police, basically out in, I guess, in that racist town, the police don't abide by what the fuck, what's going on out here, man. A lot of these racist towns don't care about Black Lives Matter and social injustice and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Most
it's just how it is out there.
But then you have your people like, oh, if he would have just did what they told him to do, he'd be alive today. He would be alive if he just listened.
He is alive. But he would get 7 bullet holes in his back. They were trying to take his black ass up out of here, man. They were trying to take his black ass up out of here, man.
If you're trying to stop somebody, why don't you shoot him in the leg, shoot him in the arm, even shoot him in the shoulder?
Why shoot to kill?
Yeah.
Hold up, Tone. We're going to take another. Yo, you're going to stay on, but I want you to just listen.
We got a caller on the line.
Let's take another call. I want to hear this guy or hear what he feels like. I think this is my guy that I talked to last time. Is it? Hold up. What's up, man? Welcome to Barbershop Talk Radio.
Hey, she's absolutely right. The man should have complied. The girlfriend of the babies called the police. So are they going to start calling that black woman restraining order Becky? He wasn't supposed to be there.
Okay.
So Jacob admitted himself he had a knife in the car, in the SUV.
In the car.
But not on him, no.
Did
he was going to the car. If he didn't have anything on him, he should have complied. Okay. Nobody knows what these people got on them. So you're there, you tried to tase him, didn't work. You grab him by his T-shirt, and he's still trying to climb into the vehicle. Well, he must have been going for something. If he wasn't going for something, he should have complied to the questioning. He was in the wrong for being there. And he done all that in front of those kids. He put those kids' lives and health in danger.
Not the cop that shot 7 times at a vehicle with children in it. Not that though. The guy that got shot.
A cop is supposed to shoot. Look, there was another instance of a white female cop and a white male suspect with 2 knives. And she told him to stop, drop the knives, and he kept walking to her.
2 knives? Oh, no, not
he
knives.
He had 2 knives. I'll give you the link. You can look at it yourself.
No, not knives.
And you know the thing about this lady? Hang on for a second. I mean, we can talk, can't we? Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you the message.
All right, let's go.
The thing that she done wrong, she let him get too close up on her. But she ended up shooting him 9 times. Because after she shot him, he kept coming.
I
didn't see that. I didn't see him keep coming. I seen a cop firing.
This is a different incident he's talking about.
Oh, which is it? Oh, he's talking about the guy with the knife. Okay, he's talking about the guy with the knife. I'm talking about the guy. What's his name?
Jacob Blake.
I'm talking about Jacob Blake, who got shot in his back 7 times.
He got shot in his back because to his front was the knife on the floorboard of the truck. What is he going to do? Back up to wait a minute. What is he going to do? Back up to the truck and stoop down with his face toward the police and grab the knife? That's not reasonable.
What's he gonna do with the knife against a cop with guns, though?
These 3 cops. Do you really think he was gonna grab a knife with
and
3
try to
cops
fight
there
cops with guns?
and his kids in the car?
Come on, you don't believe that.
We
You
don't know
believe
what
that.
they would do.
What do you mean, they?
These
people in these instances. Hey, the name of this story: female cop shoots dead knife wielding suspect who stabbed another man, 77, over a mask. It's in the sun.com.
Okay, we're gonna look it up right now. Look it up.
Look it up, please. Look it up. Female cop shoots dead knife wielding suspect who stabbed man 77 over mask.
We're not talking about that. That's not what we're talking about.
Well, we're talking about people carrying those type of a weapon is a weapon. You know, and you don't know how you gonna act when those type of instances occur. Some people could use just a Louisville Slugger. Some people may need a .45 Magnum to feel safe. You don't know that.
But this is different. This guy was armed. They were looking for him because he stabbed a 77-year-old man. They knew he was armed.
That guy deserved what he got.
He did.
We're not talking about the guy.
We're talking about unarmed.
We're not talking about the guy we're talking about an unarmed guy. You're trying to say that fella. Here, don't play that.
He should have complied. Simple. See, people don't like to comply no more, man. What's up with them? Huh? What's up with people? Hey, they don't comply in the house. When they go to school, they don't comply. And, of course, when they get out in the public, they don't comply. You got students fighting teachers. So what do you think is in store for that student when they become an adult? They probably going to be, not necessary, but they probably be fighting the police because they have no respect for authority.
I agree. I mean, today's generation does not have any respect. Yeah.
Did he shoot him dead?
Yeah, he did. Well, he came at her. It's a female cop.
All right, I understand that.
He deserved to get shot.
Yeah, he attacked a female police officer.
Well, you had another case in Chicago, there on Mile High, where a black female cop shot a black suspect who fired at her when he was running. She shot his butt 5 times. She should have.
I agree. If he shot at her, she should have shot back at him. I agree with that.
That's not what we're talking about, my man. That's not what we're talking about. What's his name again? What's your name again?
He's from St. Louis. I know that.
My name is Pianki.
Tianki.
So this is the point. Here's the point. Teach your children. You got kids?
Conservative.
You got kids?
I thought you were black conservative. Okay, no, that's not true. Okay. All right, listen. But what about...
Have you got kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you teach them?
I teach them that you might get shot by the police.
Respect your elders.
You might get shot by the police if you don't comply, even if you're innocent.
Absolutely, it's taught them that. Like if the cop pulls you over.
I tell mine that when a grown-up tells you to do something, you're supposed to comply. But before I let you go to your conversation, let me give you the latest update count in Chicago. In the last 93 days, this past Monday, 1,481 blacks shot by other blacks, 226 murdered by other blacks, including a 10-month-old child. Where is the NBA boycott on that? 1,481. Do you know how many people that is? Why come the NAACP is not issuing a travel advisory like they did for the state of Missouri, saying blacks that travel through the state of Missouri may stand a chance of getting shot by white cops?
Oh, yeah, you did say that they had a travel advisory in Missouri. Yeah, black people may stand a chance of getting shot by white cops if you come here. But Chicago, I don't know what's going on in Chicago. Chicago's like a war zone right now. People are afraid to do anything in Chicago because they're just tearing everybody up. They're tearing the streets up. They're tearing each other up. Like, I don't know what the problem is.
Them Negroes are crazy in Chicago.
That's a fact. Let's applaud them. Negroes are definitely crazy in Chicago.
Like, they're going nuts out there.
Everything.
Like 4th of July barbecues, I saw they just driving by shooting up kids playing outside for 4th of July barbecues.
I don't understand it. But
so here's the thing. At the police officer answer.
Hold up. That still does not give the right for an unarmed black man to be shot by the police. I don't give a fuck about black on black crime and what's going on with that. That's fine.
He was a felon. He was a felon.
But they didn't. Did they know he was a felon when they showed up, though?
He was a felon.
No, he was a felon. He was a felon when he became a felon when he resisted the taser and when he resisted being restrained when his shirt got tore. That's a felony.
Oh, God. So you just say, just do whatever these people, whatever these cops want to do to you, including take your life, that you just let them go, just go along with the punches and...
When a police officer say he needs to do an investigation, and he needs to... They're not going to let you stand over there on the wall while they investigate.
But
they're going to restrain you.
So kill you first? What's... I don't understand. What
he got shot. He got shot. What else? If they had hit him, if they had a pistol whipped him, they still would have ride.
Okay. Hold up.
How about that other case? Wait a minute. How about that 17-year-old? I guess he was. When they pushed him down, started kicking him, he took his rifle and shot 2 of them. He had all the right in the world to do that. I'm glad he busted their ass.
Who you talking about?
I don't know.
Protesters? You talking about the protesters?
In Kenosha, the protester.
Yeah, see?
Cops are beating on him.
No. The protesters were kicking on him.
And he shot him. Okay.
How do you figure murder is justified by that, bro? It's murder we're talking about.
Where's the days where your first answer is to pull a gun? Like, if you're getting beat up, get up and fight back.
What happened to that?
You don't have to do that. You have a right to stand your ground in that state.
Oh, see, he's from Missouri where they're allowed to carry guns, and Wisconsin, I guess they're allowed to carry guns and stuff. Down here in New Jersey,
they have a right to stand your ground in Wisconsin. You guys know that you know that Ben was right when he shot them fools were trying to kill him, stomp him. Yeah, the one that was trying to stomp him, he got his butt burnt.
So stand your ground.
He's dead now.
So who's in prison for murder now?
Nobody.
Whoever was found guilty. Whoever was found guilty of murder.
He was arrested. He was arrested for murder, first degree murder. Because he went there.
Oh, you mean the kid that had the rifle?
Yes.
Oh, the video showed him. That was self-defense, man.
Self-defense?
See,
you went there looking for problems. What are you talking about?
We don't know what he went there. We don't know what he went there looking for.
All right. Why would you go to a protest with a rifle unless you go there to use it?
Well, then what was it with the white couple in Missouri and St. Louis on the private street when the protesters broke the gate down and entered there?
Why would a man go to a protest with a loaded rifle?
Maybe he thought it was going to get crazy and he needed to protect himself.
No, not if he was there protesting, because there was white people there protesting.
And how do you know he wasn't going to a business?
With a rifle?
But he said they're allowed to carry
to protect himself. Hell, he may have been going to stand alongside of one of the business owners that was already there protecting their businesses with rifles. They done it in Ferguson.
What is this just cause thing? So if I'm getting beat up, I am allowed to shoot you?
I'd shoot you.
Not New Jersey.
Is that what that means? What is
not New Jersey.
Just cause? Like you have the right to defend yourself.
I'm gonna tell you something. Any place in the universe, really. But any place in the United States, if somebody's beating on your butt, you got a right to take out your pistol and shoot the hell out of them.
Wow.
What are you supposed to do? Give them a piece of gum and say, let's talk it over? Give them some juicy fruit?
In New Jersey, somebody can rob your house, and if you shoot them, you're wrong for shooting them.
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't live in New Jersey.
How many guns you got, sir?
He said a lot.
I told you I haven't found all of them when I thought Hillary was being elected.
Yo.
He hit him when he said
Yo, Tone, I want you to talk to my buddy Tone. Yo, Tone, what you think about my man here?
He's from Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri.
What you think about? What you think about the comments he's made?
They different out there, but apparently they can't fight. apparently you got to comply with the police out there. What does complying got to do with him getting shot in the back?
Because he didn't comply. Because he didn't. See, here's the thing. Wait, here's the thing, Joe. I guess that's your name. I'm sorry. If he had stopped the first time, then number 2, 3, and 4 never would have happened.
I understand.
Okay, if you understand, then it shouldn't be. That should answer your question. That should answer your question if you understand. Have you ever heard of cause and effect?
That's cowardly. That's cowardly.
No, it's not. Well, it's cowardly when you don't stop and be subjective. When they tell you I need to question you, they are doing a legal act. It's legal for them to stop you and question you.
I'm being a coward. I'm being a coward because I don't want to be questioned right now.
You being disorderly.
It's all types of stuff going on. People got mental health issues.
Wait a minute. We ain't talking about. We know all that stuff is going on.
You don't know what that man was going through.
Well, he shouldn't have been there. He had a restraining order.
The thing is this. It's happening to black people and it's not happening to white people.
It does happen to white people. Police shoot twice as many white
person. He would have not been shot like that.
White people shoot. White people get shot twice as much as black people do by police.
3 times as many as them.
Crazy.
We just saw the person get shot by a
in the United States.
No way.
But people are crazy.
No way.
They will take cops with knives like the video we just saw.
Yeah.
They'll shoot innocent people for nothing like that. I mean, I believe that white people
is crazier than black people. Just because we don't comply,
whites get shot more than blacks do, and guess what? Blacks shoot disproportionately number of whites, and whites shoot blacks.
White shoot. Oh man.
Well, we talk about law enforcement. We talk about law enforcement.
Well,
we're not talking about the crime rate. We're not talking about the crime rate. We talk about law enforcement. These people that are sworn in to protect and to serve. He was not.
They are sworn in. They sworn in the municipality they work in. There's over 18,000 police authorities across the country. They all are not the same. They're not controlled by the White House. They're controlled by the people of those municipalities.
All right, well, fire them all. That's what I say.
Well, you can't do that because the people in those municipalities are happy with them.
Well, they're going to have their hand forced, sir, because now we have another problem. Whereas though the economy is going to go into a rut because of this police shooting that happened once again to an unarmed black person.
Well, it's going to go in a rut in them liberal cities. Don't come down. I'm not only in Missouri. Don't come to these red states trying that stuff.
Well, the red states are going to fall under, sir. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but Donald Trump is on his way out.
Voting for Trump. No, he's voting for Trump.
What'd you say, Tone? Hold up.
Donald Trump is on his way out.
And if Joe Biden is elected, we're going to impeach his ass.
I don't care. I don't care. As long as Donald Trump ain't in there, I don't care who.
Well, we're going to. If Joe Biden is elected, we're going to impeach him.
He likes Donald Trump, so he's voting for Donald Trump. He was on the show the other day. He's voting for Donald Trump.
Absolutely, I'm a Donald Trump supporter. But the question is, the thing is this: people have to respect authority, no matter who that authority is. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to elevate things by not respecting authority.
How old are you, sir? Because
old enough to know better.
This is a different day and age from when you was raised. This guy was, how old was this guy? He was in his 20s. You wasn't thinking about getting shot by a cop when you was in your 20s.
Well, where do you learn to respect authority at first?
At home.
You respect authority at home to your mother and your father.
All right, then if you got a mother and father, and 70% of blacks don't come from those two-family household, that there is a problem, maybe.
Stop it. Now you're dissing us, dog.
No.
Now you're dissing us, dog.
They don't come from a two-family household.
That's fine. That doesn't mean that you don't breed good African Americans. Just because you don't have your mom and your dad.
Yes, it does. When you surveyed a lot of incarcerated people, 2 things that stand out: 1, they dropped out of school; 2, they come from single-family homes.
Sir, you can do the same thing. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing when you projecting anything. That's like with a serial killer or a rapist. If you come from that line, I'm going to assume that your son or your father or your uncle is a rapist too, right? Do I have that right?
Well, it tends to be that way. I tell you what, blacks always saying that they African. Go to Nigeria and try some of this stuff. He's rioting and looting. You would be walking the water across the ocean to get back here.
I'm not trying to
I'm
not trying to say that their behavior. I'm not trying to say that their behavior is, appropriate. All I'm saying is that he didn't deserve to get shot as many times as he did in his back when he's in the car. I don't care what he was reaching for. If he can't turn around, you could just jump on him.
Suppose he had to
to
turn around with a knife. Suppose he had to turn around with a knife.
Oh, how many times has a cop been trained in this situation besides shooting a suspect?
When a person with a knife gets within 20 feet of you, you in danger. I don't care if you do have a gun. You see that video? She shot him at least 5 times, and he still kept coming.
He was in the car. He was turned around, sir.
We don't know. And that makes it worse. If he had got the knife, turned around and slashed one of those officers, he could have fatally harmed him.
Nobody brings a knife to a gunfight. Nobody brings a knife to a gunfight. So
he wasn't coming to a gunfight. He was coming to the girlfriend was having a party.
He knew it was a gunfight.
He knew his kids were right there.
He knew his kids were there. He was not.
Well, so you're saying that the girlfriend who called the police had a gun?
No, the 3 cops did.
The 3 cops had a gun.
No, the 3 cops came afterwards.
Okay.
See, where we're from, I'm not sure if you heard earlier, but we said that if somebody was hurt and bleeding in my backyard, and we ran out to the street covered in blood, like, officer, please help, they're going to pull their gun out and say, don't move. And they might shoot you. Not me, because I'm white.
Well, I would, too. You don't know what the hell. It might have been a werewolf or something. You don't know what the hell attacked that person that's laying in the street.
Listen, you know what I'm noticing?
Screaming at you, I need help. Like,
this is what I'm noticing. I'm noticing Negroes from slave states and Negroes from potential, a.k.a. free states. The North versus the South is a complete different ballgame, man.
Absolutely. Different.
You guys are some fucking cotton-picking niggers. You guys still believe in the white man and to doing everything they fucking tell you to do. It's ridiculous at this point. I can't believe that another black man will say a black man got shot because he fucking didn't listen to a cop. Are you kidding me?
No, that's the truth.
No, it's not.
So you can say no all you want to. All evidence. Well, let's wait till the investigation. Wait till the grand jury convene, and let's see what happens.
Oh, they always get away with it. It doesn't matter. By an all-white jury, okay? So what's that mean?
No, it won't be no all-white jury. It'll be blacks on the jury, too. The jury will be a makeup of the community.
I doubt it.
And you know another thing? Why do blacks always try to escape jury duty?
Because it sucks.
It's a waste of time. You got to take off a day of work for nothing.
Only people that do jury duty are old white women. That's why they put black people in jail.
Retired men.
No, that's not true. I served on jury duty here this past early on in the winter, early part of the year.
Which is fine, but you're so pro white man Constitution.
I'm for the law and order. I'm for law and order.
It's just in the Bush isn't for you. It's not for you because if somebody shoots your
Well, here's the thing. In Ferguson had a majority black population, and they had tough police officers, and they wanted the tough police officers. They could have changed it any time they got ready. Now, what you say about that?
Listen, man. You have to understand what I'm saying. You cannot sit here and justify when you're justifying the shooting or killing of an innocent.
We're not talking about arms or anything possibly going to be armed. We're talking about unarmed people. At that moment when they were shot, they were unarmed.
I don't think if a person is innocent. I don't think if a person is innocent. I don't think a person that's complying and a person that's doing the right thing as far as instructions that the police officer, I don't think they should be get shot down.
So what did George Floyd do that was so wrong when he's like, I can't breathe, and the officer just continued to kneel down on his neck? What did he do that
a handcuffed man? How did George Floyd get killed?
I don't know. I just heard the report that he had a lot of drugs in his system.
What's that got to do with anything? I don't care if he took the fucking ball off the handcuffs. What's that got to do with him being choked by the police?
Which is a lie.
Well, maybe the police should have. Maybe the police officer. Maybe the police officer should let up a little bit on him. I wasn't there, but I know one thing, that the tactic that they used was approved by Minneapolis.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Wow.
Well, no, it's still approved, but in certain circumstances.
So you just choke these niggers. That's how you feel.
When everybody's like, his face is going blue.
Choke these fucking niggers. They deserve to die. If they had drug charges in the past, kill them. If they fucking don't listen to you, fucking the man, AKA the fucking man, AKA the boss of this country, kill them.
They were in jail.
If you don't listen to a white man, you need to die.
If they went
you have suspects that get shot by black police officers too.
I don't care.
Blacks get shot by black police officers. You got white women. I know a case of a white woman who called a black police officer the N-word and approached him with a pair of scissors, and she shot her dead.
She should have. If she had a weapon, she deserved to get shot. But we're talking about people who don't have weapons.
We're talking about the innocent, the people without weapons.
But you can't go for your weapon. You can't be going for weapons.
Going for weapons.
Yes.
So Ahmaud Arbery, not Ahmaud Arbery.
George Floyd.
No, the other boy. Rashard Brooks. So Rashard Brooks shot the taser that he took from the cops, and he was running from them, so he deserved to get shot in the back?
A taser is a deadly weapon.
Get out of here.
But it's not deadly when the cops use it, though.
It's not a deadly weapon when the cops use it, though.
It was a previous case where the courts ruled that a taser is a deadly weapon.
But there's still.
And see, here's the thing. When you wrestle and snatch away and resist, that's a felony.
So
it's a felony.
But it's just resisting arrest. It's not a death sentence, though.
You know what you sound like to me?
He was. Wait a minute. So this man is standing there, and he's willingly going to be handcuffed. Then all of a sudden, he had a revelation.
Yeah.
He didn't
want to get it. It was on.
Why are you arresting me?
Yes.
I want to get away.
He had a warrant. He had a warrant on it.
They have his car. They have his ID.
He said where he was staying.
They wrestled with him. He resisted. He ran away.
Well, if he knew, wait a minute. If he knew that they had all that, why did he resist and try to run?
Because
he didn't care. He was drunk, obviously.
No. And he was on probation, and he didn't want to go back to jail.
But so what?
Well, why did he commit the crime?
He thought
that young man.
He thought he was going home. From the way they were talking to him, he thought he was going to get a DUI, and they were going to send him on his way.
Give him a DUI.
They probably would have if he hadn't started fighting.
He was complying, though. He was complying until they tried to arrest him. He did everything.
They had to put the handcuffs on him to do the investigation. You don't handcuff somebody and you trying to find out exactly what's up with them. Hell, they can turn on you.
But they talked to him for 45 minutes before they handcuffed the boy.
Yeah.
And they thought everything was cool with the man.
So did he.
Until
they put the cuffs on him. And he's like, I'm not going back there.
When you try to arrest
he started fighting. He must have had a phobia for handcuffs.
He
Something.
Or Dale, he's like, I worked too hard. I'm not going back there.
Either it's like a cold glass of water. Some people just don't want that, man. I don't want that water on my head. Well, he probably had a phobia for handcuffs. I don't know what was wrong with him. I know one thing: he shouldn't have been fighting.
All right, but all right, just because you fight with, I've seen plenty of white people fight with cops, but not get executed.
And they committing a felony too.
That's a felony. Give me my charges and see me in court.
Yeah.
Don't kill me.
No. When you commit a felony, you got to be taken in. You have to be taken in.
Taken in where? The graveyard? Taken to the graveyard or taken to
No, you got to be taken into the station and booked.
You don't have to kill everybody over everything.
But the thing is with Rayshard Brooks, like they didn't have to. That guy was mad because Rayshard Brooks just beat his ass.
Whooped him up in the wrestling match.
He was mad, and when
that
was
that was a felony. Why are you fighting the police?
But why?
Okay.
They should have just let him go, though.
Say they have
no, they shouldn't, because if he's a felon and he goes away from there and harms somebody else, now people are going to be saying, why did you let this felon go? Now look what he's done to my child.
He wasn't going to hurt anybody. He was going to
hurt. How do you know that? Hell, he smacked me. I ain't going to say he's not going to hurt somebody else. Here, wait a minute. Here, I got a gun. I got a taser. I got badges. And he smacked me and wrestled with me. So what would he do with you, lady, if he met you?
Sir, he was on foot, sir. He was on foot. So chase him down, apprehend him. Do not execute him in the Wendy's parking lot. Is what I'm saying.
What happened to the days where the cops used to chase you if you were running? Now they don't chase you.
They chase them and pull them.
They got dogs to do that, and the activists don't like the dogs.
Miles and blocks, and they would call back up. Now they're like, "Oh, you're running? Let's pull that gun out. Like you ain't getting away. We're not We're not running after you."
Come on, brother.
At that time, on that shift, the 12 midnight shift, there ain't too many other cops out there. What are you gonna do? Call somebody, get them up out of bed?
Doesn't matter. You have his ID. You know where he lives. It doesn't matter. You know he has it. You know his ID. You know where he lives. He's not a.
It must have mattered. It must have mattered because he ran. Why would you run if you're a police officer? I give you my driver's license and other ID. Then why would I smack you and run? I know they're gonna come find me. So it must have been something else going on there.
When you're intoxicated, things like that happen, and you don't want to go to jail.
He shouldn't have been driving. Now he's putting other people's lives in danger.
He wasn't driving. He was sitting in his car and he fell asleep.
He reversed.
That there is criminal. When you are intoxicated in an automobile in that fashion, it's considered driving under the intoxication.
Yeah, that's a DUI, not a death sentence, my man. That's a DUI, not a death sentence.
Well, the death sentence came when he fought the police. Do you understand the difference?
Okay, that's called resisting arrest. Assault on the police officer, not a death sentence, my man.
And then when you turn a taser on the police officer, how do they know it's a taser? It might have been a gun.
Not a death sentence, my man.
It might have been a gun. I told you about the case in Bellefontaine, Missouri.
Because they knew they had their guns.
I told you about the case. Since you want to waltz all around the country on different cases, what about the case in Missouri, where you had a black man that was wandering around outside some stores? A store owner called the police. Police come up to him, two of them, a female and a male, and wanted to question the man. Well, he didn't want to be questioned. They tried to take his arm. He snapped his away. They pulled out a taser and tried tasing him. He pulls out the prong. Then he started walking away. He gets about 30 feet from him, turns around with a gun out, and shot both of them.
He killed both the cops?
They had on their body armor.
Right. No. He killed both the cops.
No, he didn't, because they had.
No, he didn't. And then this idiot gonna run about a block away and barricade himself in his house, take a nap, like he gonna wake up a couple hours later and nothing have happened. No, they got your ass.
Okay. All right. I bet you were applauding them, weren't you?
You're damn right. You don't want no criminal like that on the street. He could have been harming kids. There was a playground right next to it.
Okay. But shooting a man, an unarmed man, who you allegedly has a knife in his car, and he's going for his.
He said himself. He said to reporters he had a knife in the car.
Shooting into a car with children in it is okay, right?
He had the knife. And okay, well, wait a minute. Let's look at this then. And these things have happened. He just got through arguing with that woman. Was that her kids? And he's mad at her. Would he have took the knife and used it on them?
Oh, stop it! He's a maniac now. Come on, stop it.
We don't know. All these things like that happen. I know of cases where you had an estranged husband show up at a baseball game and shoot the mother and shoot the kids.
What you're basically saying, the cops are your hero, and everything they do is justified.
I didn't say that, but the one you're talking about now and the ones you have mentioned so far, heck, it's quite obvious.
Tell me one. You tell me from your archives of one where the cops were wrong, and it should have never happened.
Back during the days when Wyatt Earp wanted to unarm those the Nelson brothers, he had no reason taking their guns at the OK Corral.
Oh my God! Are you talking about Tombstone?
Tombstone.
Are you talking about Tombstone?
Well, you asked me to name you one.
Oh, you went that far back, bro? You went that far back to Tombstone?
You said in the archive.
Deserved it.
Huh?
I said so. You got to go back to the Wild Wild West to find a time where the police killing an unarmed innocent people.
Wyatt Earp had no business doing that. Disarming those men.
Oh, he said Wyatt Earp. Yo, Wyatt Earp was the sheriff. You see Tombstone. He took their guns, but they weren't supposed to. First of all, you're wrong, sir. Wyatt Earp took their guns because they weren't supposed to have guns within the city lines. It was a new
rule. No. He wasn't supposed to take the guns, and it ended up in a gunfight, and they got killed.
Yeah. Well, they asked for it. It was
their fault.
They pulled guns. They were armed and dangerous. He asked them to
They
put
weren't
their guns
hurting
down.
anybody.
Oh, but the man that was going for his car door.
That we don't know what he was going for. For all we know, he was getting in his car to leave with his kids.
He was trying to leave.
We don't know what he was going for.
How did that police officer? How did that police officer know that?
He didn't.
You know what I would do? You know, I'm gonna tell you. You want me to tell you what I would do if I was the police and I got called out on a domestic? I take my everlasting time getting there, because when I get there, all I have to do is unroll the yellow tape.
You're smoking niggers. That's what you're saying,
No,
right?
he's saying let them kill themselves.
Oh, let these niggers kill themselves.
He said he would take his good old time getting there, because by the time he got there, they would already be dead because they killed each other.
You might as well, because no matter what you're going to do, no matter what you do, you're going to get blamed for it.
Okay. Smoke these niggers. Fuck them. That's it.
They're going to kill each other anyway.
Let these niggers kill themselves.
That's what they do in Chicago, St. Louis, Baltimore.
We're not talking about Chicago. We're talking about what happened in his Milwaukee.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah. We're talking about what happened there. You cannot have a man open fire into the back of a fucking innocent, unarmed man.
That we know of.
The man was not. He looked like he was going for the knife to me.
A knife? So he got.
Boy, he was
shot 7 times.
Hey, wait a minute. But the police officer grabbed his shirt and tried to keep him from going into the car. He did it kind of politely. The man snatched away and tore his shirt.
All right.
To shreds.
Because the man across the street, his neighbor that watched the incident and recorded it on camera, said he watched it. He never saw a knife, never saw Jacob Blake go for a knife. However, he saw the cops wrestle him to the ground, punch him in his ribs, tase him, and then the other officer said he's got a knife to try to cover their butt for beating them up.
Jacob Blake said himself, being interviewed at the hospital, yes, I had a knife in the truck.
Well, if he did, I didn't see that interview.
Read the story.
I read the story.
Well, I didn't see that.
I didn't see nowhere where he said he had a knife. Yo,
Oh,
Tone,
my
hop
goodness.
in here, bro.
Hell, it was on CNN.
Oh, they always tell the truth. Nice Jewish media.
What they do when they talking about Trump, don't they?
Tone, hop in. What you got to say, bro?
Yo.
So he admitted that he was going for a gun, right, or a knife, right?
Did you?
They said they didn't find no gun.
No, of course there was no gun. There was no weapon. Tone, did you hear?
Well,
anything about
they had to search the vehicle to find that out.
Okay.
Right, but they didn't know when they shot him that he had a knife in the vehicle.
No, they didn't. That was just their excuse to shoot him 7 times.
Well, here's the point. I don't know. Was the man on paper? If he's on paper, why do he have a weapon in the presence of children?
Oh,
Maybe it was
Stasis madness.
Maybe it was a fishing knife.
Yeah.
You know?
Who cares? Who cares?
No. Then the black woman. What happened to the black woman who was arguing with her boyfriend, her husband, and the kids was there? She went out to the garage, came back with a pistol, and shot in the ceiling in Florida. She got time over that.
Of course.
endangering the life of children. Okay, but you can shoot a man 7 times in the presence of children and not get time over that? Just because you're a cop?
Just because he had a weapon in the vehicle.
We don't know what the investigation going to lead to, but you got to wait till it plays its way out.
We know.
After all, the NBA gets to boycott some games. Good, I don't watch them anyway.
Good.
We know what it's going to lead to.
Good. You watch hockey, sir, right? Yes.
Huh?
You watch hockey?
No, I watch baseball.
Okay. Yeah, you're a true-hearted American. Did you ever serve in the United States military? You seem like a military guy.
No, I didn't.
No? Okay. Mm-mm. You know, I've found a lot of people feel like you in St. Louis, in Missouri. I feel a lot of guys feel that way. A lot.
I'm a United States citizen, sir.
So am I, and so was that young man that got shot 7 times. It can happen to you, my man. So don't.
That's why he shall receive due process.
But we know what the investigation is going to say. It's going to say that those officers were justified in shooting him because he had a knife in his vehicle that they didn't know about until after they already shot him. Okay. We already know what the investigation is going to say.
So you have anything else to say about this? I'm going to switch.
He should have told him that. See, that's Wisconsin, that ain't Minnesota.
I want Missouri to weigh in on this. Okay, so, Tone, we're about to get into Breonna Taylor, okay? Now, Breonna Taylor, Tone, tell me what the new stuff that they said about Breonna Taylor. And in Missouri, St. Louis, I want you to kick in on this. What you think about Breonna Taylor. Your opinion. Tone, tell me about Breonna Taylor. What's the new
she got shot accidentally in a no-knock raid, which I'm against. But, hey, wait a minute. How about in Kansas City where you had Teofilo legend? That little 4-year-old black child was sleeping in his bed, and this Negro shot in the house and killed him.
Oh, it happened. It happened around here too.
You're bringing up Negro shootings. We're talking about these officers shooting Negroes.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Only when it's white cops shooting blacks do the NBA boycott and all this other hoopla. But my goodness, you got over 1,400, you got close to 1,500 shootings in Chicago that was done by blacks on other blacks, and no boycott, no hoopla, nothing much at all.
Because everybody's scared of Chicago right now, I think.
That's because we're talking about the people that are supposed to protect and serve us. That's what we're talking about. Protect and serve.
It's nowhere in the world that Chicago Police Department is going to be able to keep up with all that.
Nigger violence is nigger violence. Nigger violence is nigger violence. That has nothing to do with cops shooting.
I thought Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
They do.
But Chicago's on some bullshit right now.
Fucking cops shoot us. That's it.
And Chicago's on some bullshit right now.
Hey, it goes on. It goes on in Memphis. It goes on in Baltimore. It goes on in Detroit.
It goes on everywhere.
So tell them the new stuff you heard about Breonna Taylor. What they're trying to say.
I told you. What I heard is that she was shot accidentally on a no-knock raid by the police.
That's
that's originally what happened, but Tone has some new info.
If that was an accident, if that was the case, then why aren't those guys arrested?
because they said they were
It
justified.
was accidental.
Accidental?
They were shooting at the guy. I understand they were shooting at one of the suspects, and they missed, and the bullet went through the wall and shot her on the other side of the wall.
Okay, I thought it was her boyfriend.
Django. If I accidentally shoot somebody when I'm shooting at who my target is,
if I shoot my neighbor
if I have a
upstairs,
gun, if I shoot somebody else on accident, what happens?
It's murder.
Or manslaughter.
No, how is it murder? It's accidental shooting.
Okay, no, it's not. Oh, it's just an accidental shooting. That's not what happens. What are you talking about? The Constitution does not abide us. Oh, it was an accident.
The lady was in the other room. The lady was in the other room. Just like the 14-year-old, the 13-year-old black girl that was in her living room practicing her ballet. Some Negro out on the street shot a bullet through the wall of her house, comes in and kills her. Is it first degree or is it second degree murder?
Listen, okay, fine. But if the cops do it, what's it, swept under the rug? Oh,
you know why when a white person shoots somebody black, all hell breaks loose. But black people can kill each other till they disappear. Won't shit happen.
That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. You know it. But you're right along with them, rooting for it.
How am I with them? I'm talking about it. Why come Sharpton ain't on that?
Listen, so what do you think should happen to the officers that shot Breonna Taylor?
They have to be tried.
You're saying it was an accident.
No, they have to be tried.
Prosecuted. We know what happened.
Well, they could be prosecuted, but they got to be prosecuted, then they're tried.
But you don't
if it was justifiable,
are all in cahoots? You don't think that the lawyers and judges and cops are all in cahoots?
Now we're going into these conspiracy theories. You know, something's got to be used. Something has to be used, and we all agree with it. Now, here's the thing. If it's justifiable homicide, won't nothing happen. If it wasn't, then it goes through the process.
Did you just say her murder was a justifiable homicide?
Well, what is it when you kill a pregnant woman and the baby dies?
What are you talking about? Wait, hold on. Are we talking about the same thing?
Yes, we talk about the same thing. If you shoot a pregnant woman, she died, the baby died, is it one case of murder, is it two?
I say two.
I'm not sure.
I say two.
I would think it's two, but I'm not sure.
At least one, okay?
Yeah.
At least one.
I don't know how the law goes on that.
Okay?
Well, obviously it's going to be at least one because the mama's dead.
The Constitution does not protect us, bro. It doesn't. You can say all that. If you're just a good old boy, you can say all that. If you're a good old boy, things won't happen. But it doesn't work like that, bro.
The Constitution does protect you.
It does not.
Not around here, it does.
It does
not. It
not.
protected OJ.
No, OJ had good lawyers.
OJ?
OJ had good lawyers using the Constitution.
His lawyers did.
Come on, bro.
Jesus had good lawyers.
Come on, don't you dare say OJ.
OJ had good lawyers that was protecting him with his constitutional rights.
Okay, but what about Breonna Taylor? Does the Constitution apply for her?
Yes.
What about Ahmaud Arbery? Does the Constitution apply for him?
Yes, it applies to him too.
Does the Constitution count for him?
Yeah, it does.
About being black, okay? Because at this point, it seems like it's illegal.
All right, well, wait a minute. How about Policeman Lounsdown in Wellston, Missouri, when the black man stood over him and pumped bullets in him? Do the Constitution apply to him?
I'm sure he's in jail.
I'm sure they threw the book at him.
I'm sure they threw the book at him, sir.
How about down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, when this black man traveled from Kansas City, went down there and ambushed one cop, stood over him and pumped bullets, and critically wounded another one? Does the Constitution apply to both of them? These are white cops, too.
I'm sure it did.
You know the funny thing about this? I wonder why come whites are not rioting, marching, and protesting.
Because they're not the minority in this country.
I'm afraid of that because, you know, with whites, they usually say, but hang on, with whites, they usually get to a certain point and they say that's it. Ask the Japanese.
Okay.
I mean, they are protesting, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're protesting with Black Lives Matter.
They're out there protesting.
They are.
No, them some flunkies. Them are some flunkies out there. See, here's the thing: when you look through history, when you look through history, the white man. When you look through history, the white male has killed death itself. He don't play.
Who don't play? White men?
The white male. Listen to what I'm saying. All you got to do is look through history. The white male has killed death itself. He doesn't play. Look at the wars. They volunteer for those wars.
Yeah, the white man is crazy. That's why. They're nuts.
You can say it's crazy or not, but when it comes down to killing enemies, he's probably the best on the planet.
Are we their enemy? Are we their enemy?
Not supposed to be.
You haven't brought those out. Those ones, wait a minute, those ones haven't came out yet.
You wish you were white, don't you, sir?
No, I like it where I am.
You sure
I'm happy
about
to be
that?
black.
You love
remember that he's in a different state than we are.
Well, here's the thing. Tell me something I have said that's wrong.
What you're saying
You can laugh at it, but you know it's true.
But what you're doing is you're not rationalizing. You're justifying and making excuses for why.
Let me ask you a question. Hang on for a second. You got a black male. You got a black male. You got a black male in St. Louis on Vanderbilt Natural Bridge with an AR-15 shooting at people.
Okay.
All of a sudden, he hears a siren. One cop car, one white cop, and he runs like a damn rat with his AR-15. Why is that?
Because maybe
you don't want to go
have...
to jail.
You want to go to jail?
You don't want to go to jail.
Only way he'd go to jail is that one cop detain him with handcuffs. He got an AR-15. He runs. Before that, he was shooting at every damn body.
Maybe he only wanted to kill that one person, and that was it.
He don't want no trouble.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it was a revenge killing against just a specific person.
No, but, to sum it all up is this, is that people need to respect authority. When you ask to do something, I talked to another woman tonight.
Respect the white man, and everything will be fine.
I talked to another woman tonight, and she had 2 male sons. She black. And that's what she says she taught her sons to respect
the white
authority.
Man and you'll be fine.
Whoever the authority is.
But that's the thing.
All right, so when are black people the authority?
But that's the thing. He hasn't experienced cops the way you've experienced cops.
Maybe he has. He's been in the dirty South.
I have never experienced. I've only had one. I've had only one moving violation in my life.
Exactly.
You experienced these things. What's wrong with you?
I'm black in an all-white neighborhood.
And he just doesn't.
Oh my goodness! What are you doing wrong? What are you doing?
I was born black. Is what I'm doing wrong. I'm born black.
God damn.
So I'm
a
a criminal.
Profile,
I'm a drug dealer. I have a gun. I have drugs in my car. I'm
a dangerous person.
You had drugs?
Automatically assumed.
Not at all. That's what they assume. I don't know what kind of racism you've encountered, but I've encountered a lot.
I have never had those problems. I'm telling you. I've traveled to countries, African countries. I've traveled to Egypt, all in and out of there, Ethiopia, Ghana, Nigeria, and Togo, all those. I haven't had these problems. What's wrong?
Okay. Good for you, man. Good for you.
But I tell you this. The stuff that you see going on TV with these looting and rioting and all that shit with these black folks and also whites, you wouldn't do that shit in Nigeria.
I bet
they kill you. They would kill you.
Well, they are
think
killing
nothing
us.
of it.
They are killing us, sir. They are, and they don't think nothing of it, and nothing happens to them. That's the problem.
No, you got heaven here in the United States.
Oh, this is heaven.
I'm sure it is compared to Africa.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we should be killed and nobody question it.
Well, you're right. They're different than the white man.
Why? We're just asking to be treated equal. That's all. He has equal opportunity down in Louisiana. No, not Louisiana. Missouri.
Yeah.
He has equal opportunity
right
down there.
Bear arms.
I'm sure he has the right to bear arms. I'm sure he has a church where he pays no taxes. He's probably a bishop or a deacon. I'm sure of it. But that has nothing to do with the rest of the world or the country.
Well, I'm going to finish with this. If the man had to stop and talk to the police like they was trying to get him to, he'd be living today probably.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
You don't know that.
It happens. It happens all the time.
You can tell them about your incident when two women were fighting and the cops came and he wasn't on though. And they automatically assume that you were the trouble.
When you do what's requested of you in those instances, things work out pretty good.
That's not true. That's not true. We can.
So you say that the majority of people that encounter the police are killed?
No, I'm not saying that.
No.
What I'm saying is.
All right. So the majority of people that encounter the police, what happens?
That's what I'm saying. The black people that encounter the police on a regular basis have a higher percentage of being killed than other races, other than black.
I think a lot of black people are afraid to call the police if need be because they don't want to get killed. Yeah.
Of that. Megan Thee Stallion said she did not want to call the cops after being shot because she was afraid. She was afraid to tell the police.
She said they had her guns on her that day that she was shot.
Because she was afraid of what the cops were going to do to her.
Well, she's been listening to all this. She's been listening to a whole bunch of hype, and she believes it. It's just like people believe in Area 51, just like people believe in Contrail.
I don't know what fruit heaven you live in, but the police are racist in this country.
The police is not racist. I know police officers. They're not racist. I mean, I don't care if they're racist. They don't show it.
Well, okay,
you know, being a racist is not against the law, right?
But it's not right in 2020. It's 2020. Like, come on.
Right and wrong is subjective. Right and wrong is subjective. It's not against the law.
And
hate certain kind of people.
Because you're going to stereotype. You're going to
racial profile.
Racially profile.
If police are all so bad, then why do schools have officer friendly come in and talk to the kids?
Because they're supposed to be. Because the police are supposed to be and painted as a picture as something that they're clearly not. That's why they do that.
Well, they are. The vast majority. And here's the thing, too. Being is that they're your employees, why do you let them get away with that?
Well, you'd have to ask.
I don't. You're the one that's justifying their nonsense.
The police work for a municipality which consists of the people. They are employees. The people are the employer. The law gives them the authority to do that. So why come they don't? Why come they don't do it?
I don't want them to do it to anybody.
Why come you don't do it?
Over what police get hired in our city, we have no say or control over what officers.
The state gives you the state. What state you in? What state you guys in?
Jersey.
New Jersey. Well, read the Jersey state statute and see.
Jersey, baby, Jersey.
We have no control.
Yeah, read the statutes in the state of New Jersey and see. I would guarantee you. I would like to bet you that you have the authority to control the police.
Listen,
if you don't, then who?
Listen, we don't take their shit.
All they do is pass a civil service test and they're hired.
We don't take their shit.
That's because that's the standards that you set.
Okay.
My goodness, man, why you guys make it so hard?
It's not hard. We're not the one that's out there shooting innocent people.
But we just experienced.
But you citizens, you should care about it.
We just experienced.
We shouldn't care about it.
You should care about it. You citizens, because you're gonna end up having to pay them fines and them settlements.
We do care about it. That's why we're here talking about it right now. We care about what's going on.
Yeah, but you got to do more than just talk. You got to, you can write your own laws. Did you know that?
Oh, stop it.
No,
Name a law you wrote.
I wrote one on immigration, illegal immigrants.
I also honor the white man and everything.
I want to read this to you. This is in the state of Missouri, Section 1, Section 3. It said, powers of the people over internal affairs, Constitution, and form of government. It goes on to say that the people of this state have the inherent, sole, and exclusive right to regulate the internal government and police thereof. This was Missouri Constitution in 1875.
The Constitution needs to be ripped up and rewritten.
I have to look up the New Jersey Constitution because
folks.
I don't think it's the same here. Like, we don't pick our police. We have no control over the police. If they pass the civil service test and they live in that county, they're hired. That's all it takes. You go through a 3-month police academy and you're on the street. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be on top of those things. The same thing with your school, too.
Yeah, you're right. Yo, man. Our show's about to end, bro. Thank you for calling.
All right, man. Look, y'all be safe now. Be safe.
You too, man. Thank you for calling once again, man. I love arguing with you.
Yeah, hopefully call in again. You're Missouri now, regardless.
Missouri. All right, buddy. Thank you, man. Damn, it's over.
I think cut them off. I didn't fucking say it. I was gonna hang up and fucking do it over again.
Is it completely over? It's frozen?
Yeah.
I'll end it. If it's not.
It already ended.
It already ended?
Yeah.
Damn.
Missouri, we got a new fan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He
He's on Barbershop Talk Radio call. All these racist Negroes that.
He definitely fucking did.
Yeah, he did. Because as soon as I saw the number, I'm like, that's the same guy from the other day.
Yeah.
Same guy. And then when his voice came on, you thought it was a black conservative. I'm like, no, it's not him. It's the last guy. The black conservative was like, he's the one that called me a crazy liberal Democrat.
That was black conservative, right?
Yeah.
This is the other guy.
Let's see, because the black conservative is supposed to be on every night at like 9:30, he said. Black conservative. There he is. Sportlytics were sports and pop 3 hours ago. Oh, they're ahead of us. Hank Jones, Polysports, Global Patriot Radio, Politics, Mix and Mingle, NASCAR.
He did the same thing.
Uprising after a black man was shot 7 times at
Play it.
The Milwaukee Bucks have decided to. Yeah, he did.
We didn't even get into the fact that the dude that they didn't even play, man.
That's so. I tried to call back.
Someone wasn't talking. Yo.
I didn't set the time on it.
You didn't fucking set the time. The 2-hour time limit.
Yeah, and I didn't want to fucking start it over with.
Yeah, she didn't set the 2-hour time limit, man.
Nah.
But yo, man, you hear this fucking coon?
He called in the other day. The tongue wasn't on.
I figured something happened. Like, did you hear this fucking coon, dog?
Wait, the coach of the Philadelphia 76ers was fired?
For real, bro.
Wait. The coach of the 76ers was fired?
Yeah, he was fired. Yeah,
That's what this guy talked about.
We didn't get into that. We didn't even get into the fucking fact that
we didn't talk about how many people were shot in fucking...
Who?
Oh, for Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, I was trying to get into that, but Tone didn't say anything.
And he kept cutting me off like, I know the story. I know it.
Yeah.
This is all the fucking black conservative. You get it, Michelle?
He didn't?
Sports and politics, Mix and Mingle. I'm Stacey Johnson. Thank you for joining us on our new night Wednesday. Tonight with me is Aguna, the Nigerian moderate.
The cases of that. I've heard of 2 drivers a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
You're right, yo. You're right. A fucking Uncle fucking Tom, yo.
Yeah,
he called him twice, though.
You called it, you're like, you're a cotton picking.
No, you hear what I told her? You're a fucking, this is everything, slave state and shit. You're a fucking cotton picking.
Negro.
You're a fucking cotton picking, white man loving, master loving nigger, man. That's what you are, bro.
He is, and he already said he was voting for Trump.
He is, dog. He fucking